Good afternoon, and welcome back to another Tea Time with TerryAnn. I am TerryAnn Porter, life coach, TA. I do have my cup of tea with me today. I've decided to try an oolong. I've never had oolong before. I'm always stuck with the same basic black teas, maybe some green teas once in a while. Just try this oolong, just as flavorful as all of the others. I'm really enjoying that. I do have my crown on, reminding me whose I am. I am a child of the King of Kings. That makes me, as his daughter, a princess. And I wear my tiara to remind me of that place that I live in and serve. Are you watching today live or replay? Please be sure to comment down below. Let us know and join in the conversation. I have a very special guest for you today. Today, my special guest is Kerrie O'Connor. Now, I met Kerrie several years ago. I don't even remember how long ago it was, but I met Kerrie at a networking event. I saw this woman who had all kinds of little colorful marks on her hand. What the heck is this? And who is this woman? And what is she doing? Well, as I talked more with Kerrie and I got to know her, I tell you what, she's just become such a shining star in my life, just a bright spot. You're ever down, you just talk to Kerrie, just look at Kerrie. Look at that smile. That is just enough to really it just gets me going. I find it so exciting. Aww. If I can find the right buttons here, I'll even put your name on the screen. But while I'm doing that, please help me welcome Kerrie O'Connor. Kerrie, I am so excited that you are here.
Hello, my dear friend.
Oh, I have your name somewhere on here, but I can't find it. So I'll tell you what.
Well, I can see it on my screen.
I'm just going to go ahead and make a new one. That's a neat thing about this program. I tell you what, I can do just about anything on the spot that I want to.
Yeah, it's your show.
Oh. All right. So welcome to Kerrie. Kerrie, you and I have known each other for several years. Now, first of all, since I brought it up, what did I mean by the funny little marks on your hand?
Well, I wear my stripes because I am a leader and distributor with Synergens, which is a company with a funny name, but we've been around for 25 years. So if you've ever heard of Lip Sense, it's lipstick that stays on till you take it off. Doesn't come off. It's not on my cup. So we're known for that. That's what the stripes are, is it's lipstick, but it stays on till you take it off. We also do skincare and things like that. Through the company, I am actually at the end of this month, 7 years with the company. And before that, I didn't know anything about skincare, nothing about makeup, nothing. I knew nothing about it. And so I've really learned a lot about it. For me, it's not about the makeup. It's about the confidence that comes with it and feeling good about yourself and about the way you look. And that if I can help other women find that, that's what gets me going, is being able to help other women find that confidence for themselves. So that's the company.
That's the company. That's how I got to know you. I'm wearing the same lipstick. Mm-hmm. I have been places and people have commented just how much they think, how nice they think it looks. And I'm just so excited. And when I went to a friend's restaurant not long ago, and she said, so you're wearing that makeup that doesn't come off, right? I said, yeah. She was concerned because she said, oh, it's not on the cup. I said, no, it's not on the cup. She said, well, I don't know what this other woman uses, but she says it doesn't come off. And she said, I tell you what, it doesn't come off the cup. Mm-hmm. So,
well, and
I love it.
It's all anti-aging, so it feels really lightweight. You don't realize that you even have the makeup on, but it's all got the good skincare and stuff in our makeup itself. So that's really, it did what it said it was going to do. And that's how I actually got involved. And I had no intention of being a distributor. I just wanted the discount, and one thing led to another, and I've earned a trip and all kinds of things. So it's actually changed. And I've gotten amazing friends. Like I would have probably never met you had it not been for that. And I've got some dear, dear friends that I can't imagine my life without. So, yeah.
Yeah, I know it's really been good to get to know you. I know you've helped me an awful lot. I've never been one. I've been a foundation girl. After that, leave me alone. You kind of helped me expand my desire to even wear makeup. So I want to thank you for that. But today, there's something special I want to talk with you about. You recently bought a new house.
Mm-hmm.
And when you bought the new house, you found something very special when you were packing things away. What was that you found? I want to share that with everybody.
Well, I found my vision board, and it wasn't buried. It was just kind of tucked over to the side of my desk. So I always had it there. I could kind of look at it and glance and just kind of see it. And it was just there in the back of kind of the back of my head. I could see the corner. And when we were moving, we were packing up our living room and our office where my office was. I pulled it out and I actually looked at it and I started thinking, wow, what do you do when almost everything on your vision board becomes a reality? And I know that probably sounds superficial, but it's not, because these are things that I did probably 6 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. And I just put it on there. But they represented these ideas and things that I wanted to see in my life. But I didn't have a plan to get there. I did a vision board and thought, oh, okay, well, I guess you're supposed to put stuff on it. And you do. And when I really look at my board, so much of it has come true that I'm like, do I make another one? Do I put little post-it check notes next to it? I never imagined being in that place. So I think visualization and thought and prayer and guidance, opening your heart to possibilities, makes those things happen for you with work. But yeah.
Can I share your vision board?
Absolutely. It's a mess.
I tell you what, I love this. I absolutely love this. And the number one reason I love this is, first of all, there's no reason not to do this. Here is what I envision. When I think of a vision board, I think, okay, now I've got to have it categorized. This part needs to go here, and this part needs to go here. And then, oh gosh, where would I don't know what category I would put that in. And I will overthink it to the point that I won't start it. But I love your vision board because it basically shows, hey, you don't have to think about it. It's something you want, you put it up there. And I love that.
And that's the thing is like, I had thought about, and I'd heard people talking about vision boards, and I thought, oh gosh, I really want to do that. Like, is there a class I can take somewhere, or how do you start? And I am an overthinker, and I wondered, how do you start? What do you do? What if you put something on it, but it doesn't really mean what you think it's going to? And how do you find just that right picture? And all of these, but what if, and I never did one. And then I happened to have been in a women's networking group, and one of the activities, somebody had said, yeah, I remember last year when we did vision boards. I said, you guys did vision boards? Let's do that again. So I actually went over to one of the women's houses, and there was only about 4 of us that was there. We each had a piece of cardboard, and there was just magazines everywhere. And I said, how do I start? And they're like, just start looking for pictures that you like. It's like, I don't know what that means. So I'm like you, TerryAnn. I think, oh, well, you've got to put things in categories. Well, then you get bogged down with where do you start? So for me, I flipped through magazines, and I kind of, even though this looks very random, it's actually got 4 areas. And I never did. I've got my copy here, but I never really finished filling in some of it, because you can see there's some white spaces up above where it says an excellent source of can do.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm being honest, I was probably not in as good of a positive headspace when I was doing it as I wanted to be. So there's a whole lot of positivity on this because that's what I was striving for. Is I wanted to get in a better mindset, but it's actually divided into about 4 areas. So if you look where it says clean eating, that whole thing was more about my health and working out and making some positive changes for me personally. Then down below where the picture of the woman holding the coffee or the cup, living, what does it say? She living a fairy tale her way. So these are all things that just came out of the magazine. But that whole area down there is kind of about me and my socialization and making time for things like this, or having coffee or tea with a friend, or reading. The clock that's up there represents that I wanted to get to a point in my life where I didn't have to set an alarm and get up at a certain time. I didn't want to have to set an alarm at 6 o'clock in the morning and get up to an alarm every morning. Over
Nice.
in the other corner where you've got like discover your new world. This was going to be some travel, places that I wanted to go, things I wanted to see. I wanted to earn a trip with Synergence with my company, and I didn't know how. I mean, the idea of what it took to earn that trip, not get that trip, but earn that trip with hard work. It seems so far out there that I almost didn't put some of these things on there.
Mm-hmm.
And because it just seems so far, it was like so impossible, but I put it on there. And then up in the upper corner, sign me up, welcome to the club, imagine $15,000. That was all about business, with my Synergence business, with my other business. I actually, with my husband, he and I have two other businesses, plus then I have one as a family business since 1977. So all of that was kind of business. So I had my business corner, I had my physical corner and my health, and then I had like my personal time and personal development, and then I had travel and experiences and things like that. And when I look at it, there's so many things that I can't believe that they've come true. A lot of positivity. I'm blessed, finding joy, thank you, going up. All of those things were, I wanted to get in this better headspace, but I just kind of mentally decided it into 4 areas, and then just started finding pictures that kind of fell into those categories. And when I started thinking of it in terms of broad areas instead of very, very specific, the overthinker in me, it was easier, because I'd see something, I'm like, oh, clean eating, like that represented out of a magazine more fruits and vegetables and being healthier.
Mm-hmm.
I ran a marathon, and I ran an ultra marathon, and that was 11 or 12 years ago. I wanted to get back to running. I didn't want to run another marathon. I wanted to get back to that. I wanted to get back
Mm-hmm.
to, you know, feeling physically good. So as I was thinking about these 4 areas, I just started finding pictures that actually fell into those categories. But I wasn't specifically looking for those categories, if that makes sense.
I love that idea. And now that you said it, I can see the 4 areas. But again, the overthinker in me goes, okay, I've got this specific dividing line here, and oh, that can't overlap. And you've just shown me that, you know what? Forget the details. Just get in and do it.
Just start.
Put it on there, whatever. How did it feel to you when you looked at that and thought, oh my gosh, we just did this, we've done that, I'm doing that. And it looked like the thing, you didn't even realize the things that you were planning were actually coming to fruition.
Yeah, when and I'm holding my copy of it down here. When I made it, I thought it was awful. I thought it was a mess. I didn't want anybody to see it. I was embarrassed with it. I thought it should have, I don't know what I thought. It should have been looked more professional. It should have been something. I don't know what I thought it should have been.
That word should.
I know. I should all over myself. I don't know. I didn't know what I thought it was supposed to look like. Again, I'm an overthinker. And so now that I can look back on it, I actually brought a picture frame up from downstairs, and I'm going to actually frame it. because now that so many things have actually been realized in it, I think it represents, I'm going to say, the dreams come true. It represents hard work pays off. It represents putting it out there and not knowing how you're going to get there, but it unfolds.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, like, I didn't specifically put exact things. I put things that represented something to me.
Yeah, sure.
So, for example, that clock, it represented that I didn't have to set an alarm. Not that I'm going to sleep till 10 o'clock in the morning. I don't. But I didn't want to have to set an alarm and wake up to an alarm to go someplace to work.
Mm-hmm.
I put down in that personal and activities thing, I put this oven because I love to bake. And I put Wolf, which is a high-end gourmet kitchen brand. So it represented that I wanted to get back to a gas cooktop because I love cooking with gas. I wanted a high-end kitchen. I wanted to be able to create and do things like that. I put, you can see there's some furniture, like the executive furniture. Not that I had it when I made this, there was like, I have no place to put this, but it represented, ooh, I'm going to have this office and I'm going to, it's going to be so sophisticated. Well, this house that we're building, we knew we wanted some furniture because my husband and I share an office, one of the rooms in the house. And we kept looking and looking and looking and looking, and we didn't see anything. And we were watching on Marketplace. As it turned out, a guy was getting rid of a brand new set that looks almost like this.
Nice.
But it's a gray wood. You can see this is part of it. And I have my executive set now. Entertaining, comfortable living spaces, all of that was new career. Well, that one actually is a new one too, because now I'm stepping into another career as well. I had in the center, at the time, my husband was working 60 hours a week and he had supported me. I was a single mom when I met him. I had 3 little kids. His were grown, and he took on my kids and my family with me. And I wanted to give back, and because he was working so hard, I wanted to give him options. Like, not that he had to retire, but I wanted him to have the option. If you look at it, it says retire, and it says Scotland, and then it says retire my hubby, and it says options. And as it turned out, we went to Ireland. He did retire in January of 2020 because my Syndicates business was going so good. He didn't realize it at the time, but we had money in the bank that he didn't have to worry about, and he could start a new career in real estate. The travel, the picture of like the blue picture down in the corner of looking out over the ocean. When we went to Turks and Caicos, that was the trip that I earned through Syndicates. There was a area overlooking the ocean that I took a picture that looks almost just like that when we were there. And at the time I had no idea. There's a passport on here. There's the ocean. We went snorkeling. So I've got that actually on here. Now, one thing that's not on here, that's not happened yet, is it says Greece. I'm going to go Greece. I don't know when, but it's on there. I'm going to make it happen. I put jewelry up there in the corner of my professional area, because to me, within our company, you can earn jewelry and rewards, and you can earn really good money. And so it was these ideas. So that jewelry wasn't anything that actually our company did, but it represented the incentives that I could earn through my company. And I've earned it. I've earned a ring. I've earned the pins. I've earned that stuff through the company. So for me, it was pictures that represented concepts, that represented ideas.
Absolutely.
Because I found myself start getting bogged down with oh, well, I can't find a picture of this bracelet that I could earn, or I can't find a picture of this specific trip that happened last year. So for me, it was easier to think big picture, which is not my normal. My normal is very, okay, detailed. Um, but it kind of gave me the freedom when I had these categories. And once I let myself, um, once I gave myself permission to not have to be specific and to think in terms of something that represents it, the clock, the coffee, the desk set, that it represented these concepts for me. It made it a whole lot easier.
Sure. See, that's what I like, and you're giving me the freedom to even think about this. We do have, I know, at least one person's watching and commenting. Welcome, Grace. If you have any comments on your vision board, Grace, hey, pop them in there. We'd love to hear about them. But what you're doing is, I can hear you giving me the freedom to. I don't know exactly what I want. Yeah, I'd like to travel. I don't know exactly where to.
Just put a
Just the
piece
word travel would be
travel,
enough,
suitcase.
because it means something to me. It's not and like you said, the clock. Now, I could not look at the clock and know what that meant, but that doesn't matter, because that's not my vision board. That your vision board, you knew what it meant. You know what it prompts you towards. Mm-hmm. And so that's the thing, the reminder. First of all, it's personal. Mm-hmm. It's yours. If nobody else understands it, that's okay. It's not theirs. It's not theirs to understand. I think that, so, whatever format you want, that there's no right and wrong. There's no set in stone. Now you have to do this and you have to do that and you have to answer these questions. I did find some vision board journal prompts. Now, to me, I sometimes need a conversation to get me started. Some of the journal prompts. Okay. Yeah, I can think about that. Like on there, what is your vision for health? Mm-hmm. So you put on there the word run, the clean eating. Now, you did not put a menu. See, my mind would go to, okay, well, I have to get out this. Where can I find a specific menu to put on there? No, just the concept of it, just to remind you, no, this is what I'm going towards. Mm-hmm. Because if I were to put a specific menu on there, what do I do the day I find out that menu? Blech, that doesn't work. But you're clean eating, eat healthy. Well, that's general enough. I can work with that.
Well, and I think that's the difference between a vision, for me, a vision and a goal. A goal you can write down.
Nice.
And so like my husband and I, I'm going into real estate, and we're going to have a real estate company in addition to everything else I do. But
yeah, I really have to talk to you about this, by the way.
I know.
You spend so much time doing nothing.
I know, but you know what? But it's the freedom to do the things that I choose to do. My kids are all moved out and they're doing okay. I've got a couple of grandbabies, so I'm not vain. These are actually pictures of me and my grandbabies. That's a picture. That's a picture of my husband right there. So we went to a business class 2 weeks ago and was talking about goals, and it really made me think about goals versus a vision board. So you can write down goals and you can say, okay, I want to make X amount of money. Now let's break it down, like back out of it. So if that's your tangible thing, or maybe your goal really is I want to go to Ireland in March, or whatever that looks like. Mm-hmm. That's very specific. That, to me, that's more of a goal. But when you're thinking about a vision board, it's like, what does this look like? What is this picture? What is this overall idea? Not that you're going to that they're independent of each other, but I think in my mind they're different. A goal tends to, for me, very specific, and I was never a goal person. I mean, when I ran my marathon, yes, I knew I was going to run 26 miles. Mm-hmm. I had no idea how to get there. When I started, I was not a runner. I did not own shoes. I hated PE in school. I was not a runner. So I didn't know how to do it. I just threw it out there to the universe and God and said, I'm going to run. We'll see what that looks like. But a goal, I think, is a tangible thing. And then you can backtrack it into what does it take to get there. A vision board and I give you permission, and anybody who's watching, I give you permission. It doesn't have to be specific. Make it as messy or as pretty as you want. Don't get bogged down in your details. When I pulled this out and I showed my husband, he actually was impressed. And I said, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. He goes, can you make me one? I'm like, no, I can't make you one. You have to make your own vision board. I said, I can help you. We can make another vision board together, but I can't make your vision board. You have to do that. And so give yourself permission to be messy, to not know what you want to do. Because I think that by putting it out there, it makes it your intention just by putting it out there. So, people talk about words are powerful. Affirmations are powerful. There's scientific studies behind that. And it's true. Words and pictures and ideas are powerful. So if you can put something out there, you're subconsciously working towards it, and you maybe don't even know what it looks like.
I didn't even realize it. Yes.
Mm-hmm. It's like having a smell. You can essential oils or what you're like, I think I smell cinnamon and, maybe, whatever it is, but you don't know the exact ingredients. And it's kind of like that. It's like it comes into focus a little bit more. And sometimes I think the focus comes in behind it. Like when I made it, I thought it was messy and I didn't know what these things meant. But looking back on it, I'm like, oh, wow, that was like really accurate.
So kind of change your perspective on the whole thing. That's why I love that. It's always the beginning of the things that so change your perspective on there.
Absolutely.
And then allowing things slowly over time, how they become clear. I liked your description of the difference between a goal and the vision board. The vision board is your big picture ideas. And then the goal is going to be the step by step with a specific. And I like the way that you described that. That was really, I like that. We do have Grace is giving, she thinks that's so awesome.
Grace. How
Grace
are
is
you?
watching us. Congratulations on your vision board. That is just so amazing.
Mwah.
Grace, another very, very upbeat, powerful. You ever get down, I tell you what, you get the presence of, it's been the greatest thing being in the presence in some of you amazing women.
Well, don't sell yourself short, TerryAnn, because you inspire a lot of women. And you inspire me I've seen the growth in you just since I've met you. You sit taller, you stand, your chin is up, you have I've seen you accomplish things. I've seen you finish books and publish them, and your journals, and doing this and all of those things. You inspire people too, who think, oh, I could never do that. I can never do that. And then they look at you and they're like, oh, I guess I can. And it's inspiring. It gives me chills to see this transformation in you. Not that you weren't amazing before, but just to see this glow come from you now.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. It's so sweet. When people want to get in touch with you, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, one thing about your vision board also, remember that it's a work in progress. It doesn't have to be finished. In my case, I never got back to it, but I did have open spaces that I thought I was going to get back to. So much has evolved for me. I probably at some point will do another one instead of this, but it can be an evolving process. And I think, don't feel like you have to have it done and ready to frame and whatever, or, it has to be completely full. It's going to grow. It's like a living thing. It's going to evolve as you do, as a matter of fact.
Before I show your vision board again as a reminder, and I want to tell people how to get hold of you. Show me what you have. Show everyone here what you have on your phone. I think that is so awesome.
Well, a couple of years after I did that one, I had some really big goals with my business, and so I actually did a vision board on my phone. So
That is so
I just used
awesome. I love
Canva.
that.
I just used Canva, and this was my vision board. So the thing is, and this was as specifically as it related to my Synogens business. It said, I have at the top, a goal is a dream with a plan. I wanted to hit some significant Senna sales and Ruby sales and things like that were specific to my company. I did all of those. I put yoga. I wanted to do yoga again. We're working on that. I wanted to take a road trip. I've taken some road trips, things like that. But I just created this. And then this was actually my screensaver on my phone for an entire year. And at first I felt kind of weird about it because I was like, oh, most people have pictures of like their family, their dog, their grandkids. Most people don't have a picture of themselves on their screensaver. That's like a little conceited, right? But for me, I had it on there not because I loved looking at myself, but it was a reminder. How many times do you look at your phone during the day? 100? 100 times. It was right there. And it was always not something that I was necessarily working on, but it was always right there. And it's that realization, that visualization, that bringing it to life type thing that for an entire year, this was my screensaver. And this was the year that I earned my trip to Turks and Caicos with some of the top leaders in my company. So it can be anything you want. Maybe it's on paper. Maybe it's on phone, on Canva. Maybe it's
nice.
Maybe it's words. Maybe it's a journal. Maybe it's in your planner. Whatever works for you, that's what it should be. There is no right or wrong way to do it.
What a great reminder. Let me remind everybody again one more time what your vision board looked like. How exciting. Oh, it'd be so nice when you frame that and have that hanging up as a reminder. Yes, I can do. Yes, I can do. I love that. If you would like to get hold of the amazing Kerrie, and you would like to connect with her, you can reach her through her Facebook page. The Facebook page it's a group page, and it's called Lipstick You'll Love Sister Sensation. She is always on there. I tell you what, I got more confident in doing videos when I saw this woman, no makeup whatsoever, going on Facebook Live saying, all right, ladies, here I am. This is me. Let's get started. I thought, okay, if she can do that without makeup, well, she looks amazing without it, but that's another story. If she could do that without, I could certainly do it with.
True story. The first time I posted a picture of myself in my group without makeup on, I immediately got a phone call from my mother saying, I can't believe you did that. I was like, okay. She goes, I can't believe you did that. I would never do that. And I said, what's the worst that happens? I mean, I'm a real person. I want other women to know that they're real people too. What you see on Photoshop is not real world. So if I can make someone else feel comfortable with like, well, if she went on there without makeup, I can do that. Just be real. I mean, there's nothing better than being real. And confidence, there's nothing beautiful than confidence. Whether you're wearing makeup, not wearing makeup, whatever it is. So yeah. I would get on there without makeup. And
I love it.
My group is really it's about positivity. It's about encouragement. It's about tips. It's not all just about salesy stuff. It's a little bit of everything.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
I have thoroughly enjoyed this time with you, Kerrie. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. I would love to see everybody's vision boards.
I'm ready to go start one. I think that is definitely on the near horizon. And I think doing it with somebody that will hold me accountable might be the way to go.
Good.
Whichever way to go. I've got my visions, but the vision board, I think keeping it front is just the way to go. Thank you so much. I've so enjoyed this time together. Please connect with Kerrie. You need some positive, uplifting comments. This girl will give it to you. And let me
Thank
tell you,
you.
they will be authentic.
Thank
There
you.
won't be any falsehood to it. Until next time, I'm going to sit back. I'm going to enjoy my tea. I hope that you have a wonderful, terrific time. And I'll talk to all of you later. Bye.